Greetings and welcome. Thanks so much for joining us today for your Thoth Tarot and Oracle reading. A little bit different. I've been trying to mix things up a little bit for you guys, not keep everything always all the same. I think that after a certain point, you stop, at least for me, I stop hearing the nuances, so just like to keep things fresh, right? So if you have not been here before, please feel welcome on this channel. The only thing you're ever going to hear is love and support and encouragement. We're all just doing our best to try to be our most authentic selves and live our most authentic lives. So thank you so much for joining us. For returning friends, you guys know how much I love and appreciate all of you. If you haven't already liked and or subscribed to the video in our channel, I do encourage you to do that. I don't get any money from these videos. This will never be a monetized channel, but it does help the YouTube algorithm, help other people find these videos and find the channel if they're looking for similar kinds of encouragement and support and guidance, as we do our best asking for clarification and guidance on whatever questions and issues we may be dealing with right now, or something that may be coming down the road. We can see it heading towards us, and we just want to keep an eye on the energy coming towards us. So what have we got? The first thing I want to talk about is what's at the bottom of the deck here after I pulled these first three cards. We've got the Aeon, which is a very, it's like the first trump. It's the most powerful, our major arcana of this deck. It represents, when I see this card, I see Lord Shiva. Destruction and creation, how this is all part of the process, and we're, at least in terms of when this video is being uploaded, we are coming into a change of seasons on our planet. Again, remembering that these are all timeless readings, so whenever you get this message, it's the right time for you to be getting it, obviously. But it's not time specific. However, we are going through a change of seasons, a change of cycles, but that's always happening from moment to moment. We are changing our own realities by how we're feeling and what we're thinking and how we're acting. What we're saying. Our words are powerful. They are vibrations, literally in a reality created from vibration. So be very mindful of what you say. I will just say for today. All right. So we'll put that away for just a moment, our bottom of the deck card, and go back and see our first card is going to be the Four of Swords, which is truce. And this will be for the first part of the week, for Monday, Tuesday, and the first part of Wednesday. The second card that we pull will be for the latter part of Wednesday into Thursday and Friday. And then finally, we'll have a card for the weekend as well. And then an oracle card. And this is from Colette Baron Reid's The Enchanted Map Oracle deck. So I love that deck very much, and am looking forward to seeing what we get from that. But let's talk about the Four of Swords, which represents truce. Okay, in these emerald fields, we see a very strong indigo violet pattern around it. This card symbolizes a necessary period of rest, recuperation, and mental resolution after a period of intense struggle or stress. So if you've been dealing with something recently that's been kind of making you crazy, this is the card that's telling you for the first part of the week, for Monday, Tuesday, and the first part of Wednesday, just take it easy on yourself. It's okay to take your time. You don't have to be rushing through your tasks. You are not late. You are exactly where you need to be, doing exactly what you need to be doing. So give yourself plenty of time to rest for Monday, Tuesday, and the first part of Wednesday. All right? It signifies a mental compromise and a truce to hostility. So if there was something, you were actually having some kind of altercation or some communication snafus with somebody, step back, take a deep breath, give yourself a chance for some self-introspection, give them a chance to kind of evaluate themselves and where they are. give yourself a chance to plan and heal before the next battle in whatever war you're dealing with. Okay, and this could be health, where rest and recuperation is extremely powerful. And we know if we don't have our health, we don't have anything. We know very, very wealthy people who are very sick and they're very miserable. And then we know very, very unwealthy people who are healthy and they're vibrant and they're enjoying their lives. So what do we want to do? We want to enjoy our lives. This is the time for us to rest and recuperate. Okay. You may actually have gotten sick as a result of just burning the midnight oil for too many nights in a row. But in any event, this is the mind's ability to calm down and redirect. We know that swords are air energy. So this is about mind. This is about mental resolution and compromise. Remember that truce is not a final piece. You're not giving up. That's not what this card is saying. Truce means just stop for a second. Just stop yelling, stop overthinking, stop frustration, just stop that whole thing. Okay, give yourself a chance to rest and recuperate and rejuvenate. Reflect on your difficulties rather than trying to come to an immediate resolution. Resolution will come at the exact right time. That now is a time for rest and recovery, because what is our next card as we head into last part of power? I'm sorry, let me try that again. The last part of Wednesday and into Thursday and Friday, what are we looking at? See, I'm telling you, there is a reason. There's an ebb and flow. There's a balance in all things. So if you've been going through some difficult stuff, you've got abundance coming in for the latter part of the week. Give yourself that chance to rest and recuperate for Monday, Tuesday, the first part of Wednesday. Don't beat yourself up because you've got abundance coming. This is the Lord of Abundance, signifying abundant joy, especially in relationships, friends, emotional fulfillment through community and connection. This is Cups energy. This is water energy, very strong water sign energy. And we go from 4 to 3. So this is a kind of a backwards, but depending on what time of the year that you are listening to this, there may be one or more retrogrades. There almost always is. So just be mindful, especially with communications. Make sure that you are representing your best, most loving self as much as you possibly can in any given situation. Again, this is not something where you want to beat yourself up, but give yourself the opportunity to be blessed, to be abundant, to be fruitful, to be successful. Give yourself the chance to rest, and then abundance comes. We know that the hand that is open, relaxed, receives far more wealth. You can hold a whole lot more money in an open hand than you can a closed fist. So release Monday, Tuesday, the first part of Wednesday, because abundance is coming in latter part of Wednesday and into Thursday and Friday. Abundance and joy. That's the key aspects of this card, representing a joyous surplus. These cups are running over, overflowing cups from Binus Sea of understanding. So where we had conflict, now we've got understanding coming in, community, positive relationships. This is a time for connection. So if things come up, especially community events, you get invited to a gathering that you may normally have said not to, reconsider. There may be something there that you've been asking for, praying for, wanting with every part of your being, and not taking that opportunity to do that community event may literally be slamming your own door in your face. So if something comes up, especially towards the latter part of this week, where you get an invitation to do something perhaps for the weekend, strongly consider it. Okay, I'm not telling you you have to go. I'm not telling you you have to do anything, but I want you to listen to your heart and your mind. And if they are in agreement, this would probably be fun, and you may meet somebody that you are looking for. That may be the only reason you need to go. So just be mindful of any opportunities that come up, because abundance is all about being receptive. And again, using that release mechanism, letting go of frustration and confrontation, and allowing communication and cooperation. All right. My birds are just singing like crazy outside, so I don't know if you can hear that through the video, but I've got my windows open. It's a gorgeous morning out here in Albuquerque. So in any event, what is our card that we've got going into the weekend? What are we looking at? Oh, well, this is interesting now. The Prince of Cups. So we've got more water energy here. We're going from 3 to 2, and then we're bringing in bold action. The Prince of Cups represents the airy part of water, so we're kind of reconciling the Four of Swords with the Three of Cups, with the Prince of Cups energy as he's like flying through the air. He's being catapulted almost. On one hand, he represents elasticity, volatility. There's a hydrostatic where you've got the energy of the water and the air all together, working together. This is the 20th degree of Scorpio and the 21st degree of Libra, going from Libra into Scorpio. So it's like taking the whole spectrum of Scorpio and just running with it. This is a warrior. He's partly clad in armor. It almost seems to be a growth from him. You can see where his helmet has an eagle on him. He's also got the eagle for his chariot. You can, that energy around him is actually wings, but they're his energy, his volatility. So there's a lot of energy available for the weekend. There's just a strong caution, okay? Now, in the right hand, he's got a lotus flower. In the left hand, he's got a cup that has a snake coming out of it. And so this is a balance. This is Libra going into Scorpio, so actually coming out of balance. There's a lot of critical energy. There's a lot of just active energy in here. For some people, especially people of goodwill, sincerity, and coherence between their hearts and their minds, these are the essentials for their success. But the danger is in overwhelming ambition. So what I'm getting in specific with this card, with these 3 cards all together, is, as we said, again, at the beginning of the week, you may get knocked on your butt. Physically, that your body just tells you now it's time to rest. You've been grinding too long, you've been fighting the fight too long, it's time to stop. There may be a confrontation you're having with somebody close to you, and this is a time for you to stop, okay? At the beginning of the week, Monday, Tuesday, and the first part of Wednesday. Because that open hand of release, of let go, is what allows more abundance to come in, and this is a community abundance where you get even more blessings and prosperity from your interactions with people. So this is really encouraging you to stop. If you're fighting with somebody in particular or a group, this week you are not supposed to be fighting. This week you are supposed to be looking at other options that you may have available to you that you couldn't hear because of all of the ruckus with the fighting. Okay? Truce at the beginning of the week for abundance coming in at the latter part of the week, and then just watch, be very careful and mindful in those interactions that are coming up. We talked about how there may be a community event that comes in that you may normally say no to, that you should probably say yes to, but keep in mind, don't let it go to your head. Don't walk in there thinking like you own the place. You don't. Everybody owns the place. You have just as much right to be there as anybody else, but no more than. So if this is an event where maybe somebody's doing something for you as a recognition of hard work that you've been doing, that fight you've been fighting, it would be very easy to feel so vindicated, so affirmed in your stance, and it's like, you're even emboldened to go harder into the battle. No. Prince of Cups is letting you know, watch those emotions and make sure that you keep your heart and your mind in coherence as much and as often as you possibly can. It's where mindfulness practices come in very strongly. If you're not already doing that, it's super easy. Just throughout the day, what I do is I've just got a piece of paper that says mindful. I've got it on a Post-it note, and I move it so that I'm not used to seeing it in the same place all the time. So it's on one part of the keyboard. Now it's on my coffee cup. Now it's on my phone. Now, it's wherever. Mindful. And it's just a trigger for me to remind me, oh, what am I thinking right at this moment? Because so many times our thoughts are completely running on automatic. We have no idea what's in our head. And that, I want to say, is where Aeon comes back in again. Okay? Got to bring that card back in, because the beginning and the ending, Lord Shiva, destruction and creation. This is literally what I see happening this week for you, is where whatever it is that you've been working so hard on, whether it was relationships or relationship with money or relationship with health or whatever, it's something to do specifically in your mind, confrontation, stuff not working the way you want to, closed fists need to be opened so that you can receive the abundance that is heading your way, that is pouring over you right now, that you can't get any of because your hands are closed in tight fists. And to just remember to keep that heart and mind coherence going through the weekend. There may be something that seems like a validation for all of that battle. It's a trap. It's a trap the ego can fall right into very easily. So just be mindful. That's what the Aeon is telling you. Be mindful throughout this week. We've also got an oracle card that we're pulling from the Enchanted Map Oracle deck here. What are we looking at for our oracle card? Okay, and we actually got two that wanted to come out both at the same time. So the first one that got pulled was 39. That's why it's on top there, protecting treasure. So let's go to that. And I haven't looked at, I don't think I've even seen this card ever. I think we've seen the Metamorphosis before, but I don't think we've seen protecting treasure. Why does this feel like it just locks right in with what we were just talking about? Where you've been in some kind of battle and you feel like you need to be protecting yourself. You've got those closed fists. You've got your hair all in a knot there. There's a bird that's enjoying the rain, but you are not. You are not. And there's some kind of treasure that you're protecting from that rain, from everything. It's okay to release and let go on that. That's what I'm getting really strongly on that one. On Metamorphosis, we know this is exactly, again, it's the resolution of 39, protecting treasure, of that truce energy releasing to allow the abundance coming in. That's where your metamorphosis happens, between there, bringing that heart-brain coherence in, not letting the ego run away with actually getting some recognition for that battle that you've been fighting, protecting that treasure. Because metamorphosis doesn't look very pretty, right? When you're in the midst of it, that butterfly goo, it doesn't look like a butterfly at all inside that chrysalis, but when it finally gets out, and it must fight to get out. That's the crazy thing about the butterfly's metamorphosis, is without that battle of getting out of the chrysalis, it can't actually get up enough volume to pump up its wings to be able to fly. Let's see what the book says about protecting treasure, and then we will look at the Metamorphosis card. But the first card that we saw, protecting treasure. You are always protected and divinely directed. Although this is a time of great risk, know that at a fundamental level, you are able to move forward safely and securely. The proverbial nest egg is safe and sound, no matter the fluctuations in the world. Guardian angels and other guides are whispering to you, making you aware of their protective presence. Your loyalty is an important theme now. Nurture that which you hold dear. This is a good time to strengthen bonds of friendship and ensure their integrity. Oh my gosh, you guys. If you feel tested right now, know that a true and loyal heart always achieves its aim. Take refuge under an angel's wing. You are not alone and have no need to fear. Embrace your courage. Well, yes, I think that kind of goes right along with what we were talking about, building community, truce, releasing strife, letting go of those clenched fists. What is card 25, Metamorphosis? You are in the process of a deep and beautiful change. Right, butterflies earn their wings through great effort. The process of change is often painful, for it is never without losses and sacrifices. If you are to transform from one form to another, a part of you needs to die. Letting go is not easy, especially when you're used to thinking a certain way about your life and how you live it. Just as a snake sheds its dead skin, or a caterpillar dies so that a butterfly can be born, you are required to release your old ideas and embrace a necessary change so you can live your best life. Perhaps you're being asked to let go of a low self-worth, a dream that no longer serves you, a relationship that is draining, or unhealthy habits. Despite your fear, you must accept that this is a transformational time for you. There will be some loss involved, but you'll love what you become. Wow. Well, this was some seriously powerful energy coming to us for our reading for this coming week. What can I say about all of this in closing? Be true to who you know you are. At your core, at your center, you know what is right for you. You don't have to fight to maintain that stand. You can simply just stand there. I'm reminded of a story that a friend just told me yesterday about a group of protesters that just, instead of actively, demonstrating with signs and everything, they just stood there with their arms folded over their chests, a silent witness of their indignation and non-acceptance of whatever it was they were protesting. And that's what I feel like this is telling us, is that it is okay for you to hold your stand on whatever it is. This truce card is not telling you give up the fight. It's not telling you anybody has won. It is simply saying, just for a moment, white flag, everybody just chill out. Because there is a train load of supplies coming your way, and you guys are in the way of the train for everybody. Okay? And let's start thinking about everybody instead of just ourselves. We know that our reality begins with us. We are the people that are seeing it through our filter of our own unique experience and personality. We're not going to agree with anybody on everything all the time. So we just need to give that up. That's an ego thing. It all started with being safe. So we were looking for people that saw the same things that we saw the same way. That's what held us safe, was knowing that everybody agreed with us. We are now past that. We have evolved. It is no longer necessary to beat ourselves up or beat anybody else up. We are all doing our best to go through these processes of metamorphosis, of feeling that we need to protect ourselves, our treasure. That ego is a very powerful thing. But you are more than capable of handling this. You are more than capable, and especially now because you kind of have an idea of what's coming. And if you pick up this reading in the middle of the week, you have kind of a benefit, because you can do the hindsight thing and kind of see, oh yeah, there was kind of I did have to take some rest on Monday and Tuesday because my back went out and I couldn't go anywhere. And I was kind of forced to lay in bed and just rest and think, and it was really annoying. But then all of a sudden I got these blessings coming in. People were sending me all sorts of stuff, so I have no idea how this is going to unfold for you. That's just an example. The point is that it's going to be amazing. And this is going to be a very powerful week with a lot of opportunities. The only thing that we are required to do is be mindful, understand. Through every destruction, there comes a creation. Through every creation, there comes a destruction. It is literally our lives. And understanding that and looking forward to the ups, and remembering that when we're going through the downs, they're still just temporary, just like the ups. And not get all locked in our heads and our egos about it. So I love you. You are amazing. Have the most amazing, fantastic week. Namaste and ciao for now.